Okay, so we're white here against Neil, 1996. Let's go with e4 this opening, this game here. And after e4, he plays c5. We're going to go with the open Sicilian here. Play knight f3, d4, and open the game up here. I'd like to get to 1600. I guess a little bit more reasonable is 1500, but if I can get to 1600, that'd be awesome. It all depends on how fast the games go, how much I commentate post-game, and how many games I actually get the chance to play. Alright, so I'm going to play... He's playing the Neisdorf Sicilian. Let's go with f3 here. Bishop e3. g4 is even an early idea. Alright, e5, knight b3. Bishop e3. Maddie, do you think I should spend most of my time studying tactics or strategy? I'm USCF in 1700. Let's go a4 here, I think. Yeah. If you're 1700, your tactics should be okay at the moment, I assume. Depending on the person, it might or might not be. But your tactics should be okay, is what I figure. Right now, it's probably more about strategy, I'd say. Study master games, see if you can learn from those. Pick up patterns that you might see in your own games. Stuff like that, I think, is a pretty good idea. Let's go bishop e2. Maybe 1550? Yeah, 1550. I'd be happy with 1550 at the end of the day. Okay, plays knight c5. I think we just capture. And then play knight. Oops, I meant to trade queens first. This is a little awkward. Trade queens and then knight a4 was the idea. Okay, I guess we're taking back with the bishop. The problem is I'm just going to play bishop e3 anyways. So I guess it's not a huge deal. Bishop e3, get castled, something like that. So c5 is my target at this point. I played a4 and a5 so that he could not play b6 to guard it. So bishop e3, maybe like rook a3 to c3, pile up on the pawn, knight b6 at the right time. I really don't have any weaknesses in my position as far as I can tell here. I could also play b3. I think b3 is not a terrible idea. The problem is b3, he plays c4 immediately. It's a little weird. b3, c4, b4. I guess that's possible. Let's see what he does, though. Let's play b3. If he plays c4, I'm playing b4. If not, I'm going to play knight b2. Knight b2 is my next move. If he doesn't... Okay, he plays bishop to d8, okay. Not entirely sure about that move. We're going knight b2. I'm going to play bishop c4, trade off his light-squared bishop, which is his good bishop. Leave him with the bad bishop. And also this juicy d5 square that I'll eventually use. Let's see. Hello, all D4's life. I like your name, D4 life. Yep. It all starts with the devastation. It's D4. E4 life. Can't be friends. Aw. We got friendship breakups going on. Okay, I think we could... Rook A8. I know his idea is B6 or B5. I think we're just going to castle first. Let's castle first. I'm not going to play bishop c4 until he... You know, if I play bishop c4, he trades, and then after b5... Okay, so I get him to play it. I'm going to take, and now a5, or I'm sorry, a6 is just a free pawn here. Rook takes a6, I believe. Actually, bishop takes a6. He's threatening c4. He's threatening c4. I think we're just going to move the king over one square and see what he does. I'm going to pick up a6 next move, unless he plays a5. And even if he plays a5, knight c4 is a good move. Okay, see, so his piece is all kind of jumbled up here. I'm going to play bishop e3, target the c5 pawn. Knight a4 is the next move. Knight a4, and then hit both of those. No love for c4. People use both at top level. It's all about learning everything. If only negative love were possible. Yeah, so it's both d4 and e4 are perfectly fine to play. c4 is also fine, knight f3. Those are pretty much the four most common starting moves. If you're choosing any one of those four, you're doing good. Okay, knight to c6. This allows me to pick up the a6 pawn. The question is, do I want that pawn or do I want the c5 pawn? I think I'm going to go for the c5 pawn. I'm going to play knight a4, this bishop's going to move, and I'm going to play bishop takes c5 and win a pawn. We'll see how he meets this. Oh, man. Time? Yeah, I'm actually fairly close on time here, so I'm not too worried. I'll try not to lose on time again, though. Don't worry. So what's he do with the bishop? Okay, he moves. I think we will probably just take here. Knight takes. Now the knight or the bishop's attacked here. Let's play bishop d. I could have played bishop takes a6. That probably was better. Anyways, I'm just gonna probably play rook takes a6 pretty soon. Let's play. Let's first play c3 and kick this knight backwards. Knight c6. He goes knight e6. Okay, we're just gonna take this though. Free pawn. Why not? Bishop takes back. The bishop's gonna go to c4. Keep the b3 pawn guarded, and we're up 2 pawns now. We're going to play b4. Actually, let's just play here. Let's just guard the pawns. We're going to walk the king over pretty soon. And should be fairly easy to win there. Rook d1. Trade off a pair of rooks. Take. Bishop d5 to block off the file. Rook a8 will trade off another pair of rooks, and then there's no more funny business going on. Let's just get the king a little closer first. We might even be able to trap this knight, which would be kind of cool. Alright, so the knight's trapped right now. Rook a2 is just going to win it. I don't even need to, he's trapped. There's nothing he can do. I'm just going to pick up the knight next move. Is this 3-2 time controls? Yeah, it is 3-2. Yep, you got it. We're just going to take and then push the pawn. At this point, there's nothing he can do. Yeah, you're just one move too slow to block it. Alright, good game. And we'll analyze this one. Okay, so e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, take, take. The opening by both sides is pretty standard. I play this a4, a5 idea. Usually black wants to play... Usually he wants to play b5 pretty early on. For example, bishop e2, b5. So that maybe he can play b4. When I play a4, I stop that. Or at least slow it down. a5 also slows it down even more. And at this point, now it's all about kind of this little pawn setup here. My a5 pawn is very safe. The c5 pawn is kind of a new target, potentially. And he pretty much makes things easier. He pretty much ends up with doubled... I'm sorry, not doubled. 2 isolated pawns. And I just start putting the pressure on. Knight a4 forks both of these. Pick up a pawn. Move the bishop. Pick up another pawn, up 2 pawns. And now it's just about, getting my king closer. And he ends up dropping getting the knight trap, which is also not so good. And it's a pretty elementary win at this point, just pushing the pawn down. Alright, so we'll go to another game.